start to show your screen at any point in time. But thank you, Ben, and thank you, Megan, um, not only for hosting this, but for doing an absolutely amazing job of continuing to provide rich programming throughout COVID. You really haven't skipped a beat, and it's been amazing and continues to be enriching for all of us. So thank you for that. Um, in the meantime, I don't think we can say that small businesses haven't skipped a beat. It's really been a challenging time for so many. Whether you started a new business, whether you have an existing business, whether you're working with small businesses, it's been more challenging to flourish now for so many, unless you've been in the mask making business, whether you or unless you've been in the sanitation business, it's been a tough time for small businesses. At 10KSB, the curriculum is designed to teach small businesses how to pivot and grow. And therefore, the tools that we share in this program have been incredibly beneficial to our small businesses during that time. Like everyone, we've pivoted as our businesses have pivoted. And we do provide the course remotely right now. However, the curriculum has not changed. The delivery may have changed, but not the curriculum. Whether you're here just to get information or you're actually thinking of applying or might have actually applied, thank you for joining us today as we talk about 10KSB. Kiana Ralph, our outreach director, is going to make a presentation and share her slides with you. And then we look forward to questions and answers at the end of this period. Thank you so much. Kiana.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. We are so grateful that you have chosen to be with us this morning for this presentation. We want to be respectful of your time, so I'm just going to hop right in. As Joan mentioned, my name is Dr. Kiana Ralph, and I look forward to being able to hear from you. I love interaction, so if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, even throughout the presentation. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what today's agenda is going to be. So we're going to cover our participants, those who typically go through our program. We're going to discuss the program overview, the outcomes, selection criteria. What do we look for from our applicants? We're also going to talk about what to expect from the program, as well as some of our success stories and how to apply. So as you can see from this slide, about 46% of our participants tend to be women. And that is something that we're actually very proud of because we initially began as 10,000 small businesses for women in Africa and Europe. And it was when we expanded to America that it began to be open to all genders. Even with that, we still are often able to serve a great population of women-owned businesses. You'll also see that the ages range anywhere from 22 to 84 years old. A question that we often get answered is whether or not you actually have to have a certain level of education. And absolutely not. We are able, our curriculum serves anyone from a high school graduate to a doctor. We have a few doctors, actually, I believe at least one doctor going through our current cohort. And so you will find a whole diverse group of individuals, and it's the same for the actual industries. We are often, some people wonder whether or not their business will qualify based upon the type of work that they do. And we let them know, hey, we serve all industries. In fact, something my predecessor used to always say, and I also go by that, is when we mention who we serve, we like to say the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker, right? So we cover the entire gamut, and we are pleased to be able to serve all businesses. So as you can see, our program is pretty far reaching. We have about 19 sites, physical sites throughout America, anywhere from Baltimore to New York City, and then of course our site, Philadelphia. And we serve not only Philadelphia County, the surrounding regions, the surrounding counties, but we also serve New Jersey, particularly South Jersey, Central New Jersey, and also the states of Delaware. For those who are not captured in the physical sites, we do have a national program. And that program, it's basically a hybrid program that serves individuals from anywhere in America that is not there, they may not have access to a physical site. And we're really fortunate to have had this program because when the pandemic happened, we were able to pivot pretty seamlessly, quickly, because the national program is done primarily online with some in-person interaction. And so we were able to use that to make those shifts and changes. So let's talk about some of our partners. As they say, it takes a village, right? And so we're grateful for our partners. One of our partners is Babson College, which is the #1 ranked entrepreneurship college in the nation. And we're proud to have them as the individuals that actually create our curriculum. So you know that you're getting a quality education, an education that people can spend anywhere to $50,000 to pay for. Another partner is IC, and they help us with our recruitment efforts. As you can see, they're a leading authority in inner city economies. And so they help ensure that we have a very diverse group and we're serving a diverse population. Still, it takes many local and national partners, even such as CCPA. We have many partners that we work with on a local scale just to be able to make sure that we're able to provide this program to wonderful entrepreneurs such as yourself. So you may be wondering, what exactly is the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program? Well, it's an educational program that drives business growth, increases job creation, and drives the business owner to work on their business tactically and not only work on their business strategically, and not only work on it tactically. So essentially, we help you take your business to the next level by providing you with the tools and resources to be able to expand and grow. I mentioned earlier that our curriculum was designed by Babson College, and it goes beyond the basic concepts that many other small businesses programs may present. You may find that in other cases, those particular programs may focus on helping you to create a business plan, which is really fundamental, right? The foundation, but we take it a notch above that. And our program helps you to develop a growth plan. So it's a much deeper level of business strategy and execution and growth. So let's talk about the 3 pillars of our program. So we have business and management education. You can expect, if you go through the program, you can expect to spend on average about 100 in-class hours of practical tools for immediate application. And I want to point out that all of these hours aren't necessarily on webinars, and I say that because right now we are conducting our program virtually, but you also are taking it into account time spent with your growth groups and time spent with your business advisor, some things that we'll talk a little bit more about throughout the rest of the presentation. And then the second thing is that we also help provide access to capital. Now, I always like to point out that we don't necessarily give the funds, but we do help position business owners to be able to take advantage of those funds, whether or not it's preparing them in terms of their finances or helping to connect them to CDFIs that's able to support them with the technical assistance that they need to be able to get such funding. And last but not least, we also provide business support services, and we are able to have subject matter experts that teach the curriculum and come in and provide not just from an academia perspective, but as a practitioner. Most of our faculty have actually either currently owned their business or have owned their businesses. I see some movement in the chat. If someone could help me with those, any chat questions, any questions that may be asked to the presentation, that would be great.
Right now, we're just curious as to whether we're getting a copy of the slides.
Okay.
We'll get all that out later.
All right, awesome. All right, so, and you'll also see some of the individuals who have had an influential part in the process includes Warren Buffett, Michael Bloomberg. So we have some people that are doing some have been very helpful and very influential in this program. So this current slide is what we call the curriculum ladder. And this is basically what you can expect, the process you can expect to go through in terms of the actual curriculum, right? So as you can see from start to finish, the end product is ultimately you being able to create your own growth plan. But that process also entails you having a deeper understanding of money and metrics. We also have a course or module, as we call it, on helping you to develop as a leader, because we believe that it's not only about developing your business, but it's developing you as a leader so that you can be the one to help sustain that business throughout the process. We also teach a module on marketing and selling, which is really, really key right now because many people are in that stage where they're trying to figure out how to pivot their business and target more and develop more of an online presence. And so I've participated in some of our recent classes, and we would have robust dialogue on how the small business owners would implement a new CRM system, and they would be able to engage and really help support each other and being able to provide which route was best for them. And then you'll also see that we cover things such as operations and processes, which has also been very beneficial to business owners being able to develop a more systematic approach to running their organization. As we move on to the next slide, we're going to dive deep in terms of talking about exactly what a growth plan is. So we threw that term out a few times during the presentation. So let's talk about what a growth plan consists of. So a growth plan is a strategic and tactical implementation to guide your business growth. It guides all course material directly to your business, and it includes a personal statement of your growth aspirations, strategic overview of the business inputs necessary to achieve that growth, and implementation plan. So we not only help give you the tools and the resources to grow your business, but we help ensure that you are actually applying those tools and those resources so that you can see results immediately. So program takeaways. Some of the things that people can expect to achieve includes improve their presentation skills, understand cash flow, attract top talent, but not only attract top talent, but also teaching them and showing them how to keep top talent, identify new business opportunities, strengthen negotiation tactics, and maximize a marketing strategy. And ultimately, the plan is to develop a comprehensive growth plan. Another great selling point of the program is the fact that it includes a network of support. And this network of support consists of a one-on-one business advisor. And this is very unique to our particular program because we're able to provide each scholar with their own business advisor to support them throughout the duration of the program. And this person not only helps them in the process of developing that growth plan, but they even help operate as a sounding board for this business owner as they're beginning to make these changes and pivots for their business. We talked about the subject matter experts that's able to provide the individuals, the scholars, as we call them, with the necessary information and knowledge to be able to grow their business. And then people always, our alumni, rave about the powerful peer learning opportunities. Because you're in a group of other like-minded entrepreneurs who are eager and willing to learn, many times they're able to grow just from hearing from each other and learning and gleaning from one another, which is another powerful, powerful tool for growth. And last but not least is alumni services. And so even after a person finishes the program and graduates, they still stay tied to the network. We have an alumni manager who continues to support them with tools and resources that's relevant to their business. Also, let's talk about also capital to expand. We touched on the fact that we do have partnerships with individual CDFIs such as PIDC and Community First Fund financing, right? And so what these organizations are able to do, by us being able to make this connection, they're able to help our scholars secure the financing that they can use for things such as working capital, refinancing, building purchases, land acquisition, and new construction, all things that they can use to support the growth and expansion of their business. So you may be wondering, what ultimately do you receive out of this program? So let's talk about our commitment to you. Anyone who is accepted into the program receives a full scholarship. That means you come out of pocket with absolutely no funds whatsoever to support your program, right? So you don't have to worry about paying for this. Sometimes when we get to the end of a presentation, people are wondering, okay, so how much does this cost? And it costs you absolutely nothing. There's no cost for you to participate because Goldman Sachs Foundation has provided the resources to support this program. You have the opportunity to take it at absolutely no cost to you and receive a practical curriculum to help drive your business growth with a convenient class schedule and skills that can be applied immediately. We talked about that. You also receive the local and national alumni network and an opportunity to access capital. In return, we do ask that you commit to attending all learning sessions, that you are engaged in all in-class activities, that you demonstrate a commitment to revenue growth and job creation, that you complete your growth plan, and this one is very key, that you also complete your monitoring and evaluation documentation. And this is important because you being able to track your progress helps support us in being able to get the funding, ongoing funding, to serve other entrepreneurs such as yourself. So selection criteria. So what are we looking for from the applicants who are applying? So first and foremost, you have to be an owner or co-owner of your business. You should be in operation for at least 2 years. And essentially, we want to make sure that you have a proven track record. Because we work with growing businesses, we want to make sure that you have already established that foundation and that you're ready to go to that next level. As you can see, typically, you have to have an annual revenue of $150,000 minimum. But I have great news for you today. Because of the pandemic, we've been able to relax this, and the number is actually 75,000. So during this, we know at least for this recruiting cycle, you can still apply and be eligible to participate in the program with a minimum of 75,000 in annual revenue. And then, as you can see, they normally require four full-time employees. Also, because of the pandemic, we've been able to relax this temporarily and reduce that number to 2 full-time employees. And so that is huge and something that I don't believe we've ever done in the history of this program. So it's a great opportunity for anyone who may be kind of in that in-between stage or on the cusp to take advantage of this particular recruiting cycle. And last but not least, we look for individuals who are growth-minded, who have a desire to want to grow and create jobs. So as you go through the application process itself, you can expect to give them information, provide information on your business, on yourself, on your background, what your vision and your motivation may be, and also acknowledgement of the program expectations. We also look for you to provide supporting materials and financial documents. So that may consist of a profit and loss statement, balance sheets. So if you're interested, you want to make sure that you are even now getting those particular documents in place. So as you can see, the program has had a positive impact on everyone who has gone through it. 70% of our businesses see an increase in revenue within 6 months of completing the program, and 50% go on to create new net jobs within 6 months. And people wonder what's our graduation rate often, and as you can see, 99%. So great levels of success all throughout this program. And one of the other things that we often see is that our alumni love to pay it forward. And one of the ways in which they do so is by helping to support each other. In fact, 88% of our alumni do business with each other. And so that means that just by participating in the program, you now open yourself up to a new potential clientele base as a result of being part of this program. In addition to that, you can see on average also the number of alumni that go on to provide mentoring for other businesses, because again, it's all about paying it forward. So here are some of our success stories. As you can see, Red Rabbit went on to hire 110 new employees as a result of going through the program, increased his revenue by over 500% and added 6 new contracts totaling almost $1 million because of what he's been able to glean from the program. You have Callmax Construction that created 10 new jobs in the community since starting, won 5 new contracts and increased their revenue over 300%. And then you have El Camino Construction that hired 22 new employees and increased their revenue over 500%. So amazing results from our alumni. So, and that completes our presentation for today. Ultimately, our desire is to also help you achieve those same results. If you are interested in participating in our program, you can do so by visiting the link there, 10ksbapply.com. As you can see, we are accepting applications up until, actually it's been extended. We just extended it up until February 8th. And then classes are beginning in mid-May. So thank you for your time. Are there any questions?
Thank you, Kiana. Yes, we're happy to answer any questions. We do run the program 3 times a year. An average of 30 people are in each cohort.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't have a lot of questions in the chat, mostly
Okay.
some conversation about the slides, and somebody wants to participate. But if anybody has questions, you know, it's a small group, you can just unmute and start a discussion.
Stop the slides, Kiana. We can all see each other. Thank you.
Joe, did you have a question?
It looked like a good program I might sign up for. I also turned around and opened up another company. I opened up 2 companies since the pandemic. Opened up a cleaning company, and also I opened up a real estate firm. So it seemed like something I would like to work with and turn around and help other people out, things like that.
Great. So you would need to apply for the business that's been in operation for 2 years.
Yeah, I've been operating my construction company been open for 10 years. And
That would do it.
they've been open for 10 years. I do a lot of work with L&I. I'm outside the Union Hall, local 332 Union Hall, so I'm a union representative, and just willing to help other people and build as we go.
Great. Would love to see your application. Any other questions?
Hi. Oh, go ahead.
Cecily, go ahead.
Oh, you know what? I have an echo, so I thought that was someone else. This is a different question, if you will, because I know this is not your organization, and I'm only asking because you referenced them as one of your 2 main partners, and that's BAPS and ICIC. I understand ICIC also has a program, a similar program to support small emerging businesses. Are you familiar with that? And what's the distinction, or what's the difference between the 2 programs?
It's a good question, and we haven't gone through the ICIC program. ICIC helps us with the recruitment side of things. So it is a different kind of a program. It's always online. It is not provided in the same format is what I would say. We've had people that completed our program that chose to apply to ICIC as well. But I'm not an expert on, the ICIC program. I know it's not the same.
Okay.
Because they're funded to help us with this program, but it is intended to support small businesses.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
I don't think the same level of commitment is involved. It's not the same intensity as what this program is.
Got it. All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Anais, did you have a question?
I did. Thanks, Ben. Hi, thank you for a great informative presentation. Sorry if you addressed this question. I missed the first few minutes, but I was wondering if in this year's program, is there anything specific to growing or operating your business during the pandemic? Is there like another level of sort of guidance for that?
So it's a good question, Anise, but what I would say to you is that the tools that we're providing you are tools that allow you to make a pivot. So there are basic elements of running a business, which Kiana outlined in the slide presentation. And when you master those, including thinking big, our faculty member for Mod 2 is focused on helping you do what she calls yoga of the mind. So yoga of the mind really means, go out of the box that you're used to being in and think bigger, broader, and even bigger than that. And only when you start to identify all of the ideas that you have for this business, for a new service, a new product, should you then step into making a decision. And we then take you through the process of making that decision and developing that idea, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. Thank you.
So it's a much
I could
greater,
add-
I was just gonna say, it's much greater than just how to market yourself, because the pandemic, made you lose in-person customers, and it's the overall understanding of how you're growing your business.
And these tools should apply for the rest of your business existence, I guess you say,
Yeah.
life. Thank you. Thank you. Anytime you want to develop a new angle, a new product, a new service, these tools are there for you.
And I also want to add on to that our alumni manager, who continues to provide programs and services to support our graduates, they typically also create programs that are specific to the COVID-19, to the pandemic. And for instance, last week, she hosted a program on PPP and how to take advantage of that. And someone for SBA linked and partnered with us to facilitate that program. And we invite our scholars, anyone who's gone through the program is also invited to these particular opportunities as well. So that is another option to be able to get support and assistance to help you navigate through the pandemic.
Wonderful.
Maria, you had a question.
Yeah, a basic one. How long does the program last, the cohort?
It's 14 weeks per cohort.
14 weeks. Okay, okay, thank you.
So let me explain the format now versus the format when we can all meet in person. Generally, when we meet in person, the classes are offered on Fridays for the spring and fall and on Thursdays for the summer session. There are 4 sessions that are provided twice a week. So that would be Thursday and Friday 4 times, or Wednesday and Thursday in the summer. And then there's a legal clinic and a 2 negotiation clinics as well that are provided during the week. Otherwise, it's at the end of the week, it's a full day, an intense day. In addition to that, you are putting in about another 100 hours to develop your own growth plan. It's a growth plan for 5 years, and it's only relevant to your business, no one else's. It's between you and your business advisor, quite frankly. And we provide you with the tools through Live Plan to develop that growth plan as you go through each module in the program. When we are operating remotely, there's a class for 2 hours on Monday, a class for 2 hours on Wednesday. There are faculty hours that are optional during the week. And there's a growth group meeting on either Thursday in the spring and fall or on Wednesday in the summer. And the growth group is your group of 5 or 6 business owners that are helping each other explore the tools, understand the tools, and apply the tools to your program.
It was like a critical thinking program, basically like thinking out the box, pushing you
Absolutely.
forward and more than you want to go. Just a lot of people. When you start business, is a big risk. So for me, that's why I don't got no hair now. So it's a big risk. So you got to always stay creative when you operate in business, because one month you can make this much, and next month it could be this, and just how you just present yourself and have a lot of patience with. So it seemed like a good little program that I could work and I could help other people out with too. So you'll see my application.
Great.
What's the connection with the community college? Is it house it there? Is it?
So we are employees of the community college, Ben, as are the employees, as are the staff at the other sites throughout the country. There is a site in Baltimore that is sort of a tri-partnership, I guess you would say, where 2 other colleges are involved. But Goldman has chosen to work with community college. We offer a little more flexibility. We tend to have programs that focus on workforce development. Any other questions?
Not really. I turned around. I was looking on your website Monday at community college. Y'all have a construction program down there and stuff. Yeah, I was just gonna take it for fun. I'm gonna sign up for that. Take up the little different type of courses y'all have, things like that.
Yeah. Yes, we're in that workforce development division under Carol DeFries. Yes.
Yep.
Well, Kiana, you've obviously explained everything in sufficient detail.
I just want to say I have a client who went through your program, and she just raves about it.
Who is that, if you don't mind sharing?
Oh, sure. Allison Christopherson from Rethink Innovations.
Yes, we love Allison. Yep.
Yeah, oh, she's wonderful. But when I told her I had signed up for the informational session, she said, "Oh, one of the best things I ever did." So
I love her energy.
The event that we have in April is a panel of people that have gone through it, who just happen to be members or past board members that we know from CCPA, but they've all had that great experience. So they were all eager to participate in that. So that's up on our website. Obviously, it'll start off similar to this, but then it's going to be more about them and their businesses and what they learned. So we're looking forward to that.
Not easy to make a decision to take the class, to make the commitment to the class, to doing the work while you're running a small business. But if you talk with those that have made that commitment, taken that leap, I think you'll find that they are always grateful for that decision.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you'll meet some of them if you come back in April.
And I also want to point out that we actually have 601 alumni from our program locally, and we actually just hit the 10,000 mark nationally. So there was a huge celebration a couple months ago where Warren Buffett was actually one of the speakers, and we had a virtual celebration to commemorate the 10,000 mark of the program, and we're still going.
So is it going to stop if it's reached 10,000?
Yeah.
No, they've made a commitment to continue the program. Even though that was the original target, they have made another $100 million commitment.
Just need to tweak the logo to 10,000 plus.
I know. You're right about that. I had the same thought. We also have something called 10,000 Voices, and 10,000 Voices is an advocacy organization that's part of Goldman Sachs itself. So they have funded individuals to help small businesses get a voice in Congress, and they connect you with your elected officials. and help organize all of that advocacy in DC. They will be expanding that to both the regional and the local level. They've worked really hard on getting the PPP.
I believe Nicole had your hand raised. I'm not sure if you had a question. I'm not sure.
No, that was me clapping when you were talking.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All
All right. Thank you.
Congratulations.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, well, I guess with that, we can end the program. Obviously, if anybody has questions, you can email Joan or Kiana or CCPA, and we'll get that to the appropriate person. And I think we can save a version of the slides, which we can send to everybody that was here. If there's any other questions, just be in touch. We'll see you at the other event. And thank you for presenting today.
Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us, everyone. And thank you again, Ben and Megan, for all of your support and all that you do to support our community.
Sure, great. Well, see everybody later. I'm gonna end the meeting.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right,
Okay.
All
See you.
right.
take care. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.